Y'all, first and foremost, give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son, the Hamashiach, who some call Yahweh Shai, Yeshua, Yehoshua, we mostly know as Jesus Christ. We got a couple videos here we gonna try to glean some information from, and see what these Christian apologists, they have anything to say. I know a lot of times, they don't like us, and it's on the other side too. We don't like them lumping all of us together. Like my brother says, the Israelites are not monolithic. We don't all believe the same thing. But there is a majority of belief. Like there is, a belief system like that. One West Israelism is the main fraction of belief in the Israelite community. In the church, it has a main belief. It has a main, it has a core foundational belief, and it has core activities. These are things that are influencing the church, and they're all kind of doing and mimicking the same thing. And if you're not, a lot of those churches are going to fail. All right, a lot of your churches are going to fail. And it's not, and these denominations, these church denominations aren't going to put you in charge of their church. They're just not going to put you in charge of that church if you're not getting with the new world system. All right, the new religious system. All right, if you're mentioning genders in 2020, 2025, 2026, I'll give you 26. If you up here mentioning he and she, and you're not gender neutral in your preaching, it's gonna be an issue. Man, you can keep ignoring that and act like brothers is just up here just saying something crazy. You can keep ignoring it, but it's gonna come to pass, man, because this is you involved with the world, and we're gonna see that in some of these videos.
You ain't worthy. If you've been boyfriend and ain't been laying up with your boyfriend, amen, Saturday night and then the commune, and you better not take that bread.
You better not take that bread. You better not take that bread. You been up here shacking up, sneaking and geeking, kicking the bobo, all in the world, and out there in the world, mixing and mingling. And then you want to come in there on Sunday and take that. Or you want to come in there on the Sabbath day and take that communion and break bread with brothers. And imagine that. Like when you really think about it, especially when you do it, when you try to mimic it, the way that they were doing it in the text, where everyone is breaking from one loaf. And, I initially, we started doing it. I was baking this bread, man. Jokers, I almost killed a couple of brothers, man. Trying to bake some unleavened bread. That thing was so dense. And, Juggle was choking by the time that wine got around. But breaking the bread, but I also, I had met some Old Testament only brothers and sisters, a group of them in Atlanta. And they were sharing, they would get this loaf. They would get this loaf from the little hats. And it looked like some little pretzel entangled loaf, but man, it was some good bread. And we will all break from that and had a little oil and but we all would break from that and drink wine. But nobody ever, have you ever seen anybody just decline and be like, nah, not worthy this week. Going through some things. Pray for me. Confessing their sins, asking for prayer from the righteous. Confessing their sins one to another. And this is why a lot of times we don't get delivered from it. And these things just linger on till they get worse and worse and worse until it get exposed. This was happening to a lot of these pastors that They up there breaking that bread and holding the ceremony, knowing they not worthy. Instead of confessing their sins, instead of saying, you know what, I can't even hold this ceremony, I gotta let somebody else do this thing this week. I've been going through some things. I need prayer. I need deliverance from this thing. And they end up holding these things and dealing with these secret iniquities and sins, and they end up pouring out. They end up coming out. And then it comes a thing with, even with them, I'm gonna step down, and they don't really give the reason why they step down. They don't really tell the body why they stepped down. Well, I was in some sin, but and it just comes down to the point of, maybe somebody done brung up some lawsuit on them, and you got to watch these pastors too, signing these. You if you go to work for some of these pastors, they making people sign NDAs. Come on now.
You done been in love land with him. Now you on Sunday finna take a break, commune with your dirty self.
With your dirty self. Went up there and been in lover land. I ain't married. Shacking up.
Your filthy self. Oh, I ain't scared. Cause you ain't worthy, baby. You ain't worthy. God almighty. You done juked all night long. Then you want to take the Lord's Supper. Y'all believe Queen Mother no? Yeah. And now you ain't worthy.
If you ever try to do some twerk with me, I will slap you in your face.
Come on, y'all. Come on. Where my Christian apologies at, man? And I know y'all don't want to think, hey, man, we ain't all even, like, how many people at Kirk Franklin Church, man, it's almost a little feminine to be dealing with. If you're at a Kirk Franklin concert, it's a little feminine to me. That's just me. That's just me. I don't, in my opinion, it's a little feminine to go to a Kirk Franklin church and he up there dancing and shimmying around like that in tight clothes and come on, man.
If you ever
you came to pay for that, now he up there and got his booty on his elderly sister, and she dancing with him trying to keep her check. And then how he know that she would even be comfortable with that? See? And that brother's talking about these freak offs and these jokers in these hotels after these concerts.
Try to do some twerk with me, I will slap you in your face. The saints that got so intertwined with the world, to the world don't even respect you anymore. You don't sit up there and put up with that. I'm gonna say it. You're not.
And all praises that church is beginning to stand up against this. Like they are beginning to say something. But as you see, these first two clips, it was women. Where are the men? And I know this one brother, I think he a bishop. This one brother does stand for righteousness, man. I'ma clip him one time. But he's very few in between.
Say
Perfection of always wanting to have the answer and the scripture and the biblical reference for every little detail in life. It's really beginning to piss me off. Like, nobody in the Bible was pretty. Nobody in the Bible had this clean, pretty life. But in real time, y'all keep wanting to make everything so pretty and so packaged well that it's like, if your way was working.
And he can't sing. So, he got to go up there and do that because he's not the singer. He's the conductor. And so he just got to be up there entertaining and doing the most, man.
Christianity in America would be growing. There would be an increase. And life is not easy. It was not easy in the text.
And he's shooting at y'all too. He's shooting at y'all too. Tell, hey man, you know, the church ain't growing. Why is it diminishing? Why is it, you know, why is it not constantly growing? Why are all of these churches closing? Because, you know, y'all trying to make the church look like it's all, you know, y'all overly righteous. Y'all trying to bring a Bible verse up for everything. Some people going through stuff, they just need to be comforted, and they just need to be patted on the back and loved. They don't need correction all the time. They don't need reproof and rebuke.
It ain't easy now.
I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. But it's a bad look for the church. That's a grown man. Anybody there is effeminate. Like that brother with that hat on, right there next to that, he's effeminate. I don't even got to see his face. You let that sister drag you there, you're just a little feminine. That joker wearing that red coat. Listen, this is my opinion, y'all. This is my opinion. But you just shouldn't be around that. And that definitely shouldn't be in the church. If this is the church. Hold on, let me see what that says. Southeast. No, not call something. Nah, that's church. Let me show y'all. See that in the red? That's church something. So that's a church. All right. It's a church with a man dressed like a woman. And y'all telling me that the church ain't effeminate. Okay. All righty. Hold on.
What's going on with these fingernails?
Man, look. I've never, you know what's crazy? I never painted my nails before, but I always get my...
Even the laugh, y'all. And this is the dude I'm talking about. Hold on.
What's going on?
This is Pastor Jamal Bry. You know, he had Kamala Harris at his church at New Birth. And like I said, you know, we had the school. It was 500 yards away from New Birth. You know, I've seen and witnessed what that church did. It's the reason why there is a Stonecrest, Georgia. All right, that church brought in a lot of money on that side of town. That whole side of town was pretty much built probably in the 2000s, probably early 2000s, maybe late 90s, but it's built around that church. That whole city, really two cities, Lithonia, which was already there, but Lithonia, and then, you know, Lithonia severed into Stonecrest, which is, you know, was a money move, political money move. But even, and I started thinking about the construction work they were doing. Like, man, this thing could have been planned out, because they end up like cutting through the city. You know, when they would come out, when you come out of the church, you come out one way, but then, you know, there was another way you can come into the church, but they end up cutting through a whole making a highway where it would come out directly into the highway. You were coming out on one end, you come out of a whole bunch of apartments on both sides. It'd be like, 6 apartment complexes on both sides. Well, not 6 on both sides, but maybe 3 different complexes on each side. 6 complexes. And on the other side, coming out or going in, it was like a 2-lane street. It's a 2-lane street, 2 lanes on both sides. They end up cutting straight across them 2 lanes, turning into 4 lanes, going straight across, and then it kind of goes off into the highway. Like, man, you need some. It was some major construction work, major money, major licenses. I can have been permits that had to be done for this to actually happen. And maybe took years for them to, maybe it been about 1 or 2 years it definitely took over a year for them to finish that construction. Where now, when they let out of church, they can go straight pretty much to the, but I think too, it could have been for this kind of event where, getting ready to have somebody like Kamala Harris at your device, or not the vice president, current vice president, but, a presidential nominee, at your church, giving, and you got to think about how influential this person is. All right. And he's been setting himself up. All right, to be that voice. He is that what they call them, metrosexuals. They used to call them metrosexuals, but he has just black people just getting black is getting intertwined with homosexuality. Black is getting intertwined with gay. And so you have to speak both languages. If you're going to talk to black people, you have to speak Ebonics and you have to speak gay. Whatever the homosexual language is. I shouldn't be saying that G word but I'm not trying to offend. But it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't even be playing these gender role. We shouldn't even be playing these gender games with them. But we are on their platform. So we do got to be wise in that fact that we're on their platform and there are certain guidelines and rules and regulations that are protecting them. Let us continue here.
Over these fingernails.
Man, look. I've never, what's crazy?
Hold on, let me let y'all see his feet so you can see his body language. You can see the body language in this. Hold on. Almost like a child. Almost like a child meeting Michael Jackson for the first time. And then the glasses. I don't know who this person is.
What's going on with these fingernails?
Man, look. I've never, what's crazy? I never painted my nails before, but I always get.
I never painted my nails before. But you're doing an interview with one of the most influential black pastors of this current era, and you decided to paint your nails to go interview with him for the first time.
My nails.
You ain't worried.
Done, because I just believe in that. And if I don't get my toes.
What did he say? I believe in that.
I was done. Because I just believe in that. And if I don't get my toes done, they bad, man. It's bad feet. So I try to go.
Look how he got his, hold on, y'all. Look at his feet there, like a nervous child.
Yeah, man. It's like it's bad feet. So I try to
Even with the glasses on, he can't look at them.
go and like make sure I'm pedicured up. And the nail girl was telling me like she started doing like these little designs, whatever. So I had her do this for me. I just thought it was cool, man. I don't know. I ain't think about it. I just did it. Little platinum nails. Had no thoughts behind it.
Oh, you had a thought behind it. It was a subconscious thought. You
just
were giving the finger to the gospel industry. That's what you just did.
I be doing
You
that,
said,
bro.
take that and rewind it back.
So, you know, whatever standards y'all are putting out here now, we don't want, you know. That brother saying that, and, you know, Pastor Jamal Bry is with all of that. And called him up there for that. And booked him a room. And bought him a flight. Man. Listen, y'all. We see the signs of the times. And these things are gonna continue to happen. They're gonna continue to be rapid. It's gonna be a rapid decline of morals. Especially if they let this sister in there, you know, especially if Kamala, and then we know what side she on. You know, we know what she's dealing with and who she's trying to win over. She's not trying to win over no black men. She really just trying to, you know, she know that group. She don't expect black men to go vote. But, you know, a lot of black men that got so frustrated, it's like, man, we gonna hit the, man, we gonna go up there and hit the poll just to make sure that don't go through. Just to make sure. And that's what they're scared of. Like, wait a minute, these jokers is registering to vote, man. These jokers might be there. These jokers may be there and try to vote for Trump. But not to go into these politics and stuff like that, but just showing you how powerful these people are and who they putting in position. All right, they're putting Pastor Jamal Bryant in position to be our next leader, to be our next representative, our next MLK, Malcolm X. And he'll definitely be that voice for that alphabet community. Pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. We'll see y'all on the next one.